Yeah. First off, I want to give a lot of credit to Coach Davis in North Carolina. I think they're really good. I said it multiple times in the media day, in the ACC media day when we were there. I said there's not enough people talking about North Carolina this year. There's talk about other teams, but not enough North Carolina. I said in the preseason, that media day, I thought they're going to be really good, and they are really good. And they got some good players, man. Their guards are really good guards. Really good guards. Baycott's really good. They're transfers they got. They're a very good basketball team. Very, very good basketball team. So credit to North Carolina. But look, I still love our group. I think we're going to be really good. I've said it over and over. We're going to get better as the year goes on. And I don't think we're going to peak, or when I say peak, hit our stride until we get to conference play. When I say conference play, that's really more into after Christmas, when you're in that part of all your games are conference games. So, there's some things that we struggled a little bit today. One of the things that stands out is the live ball turnovers, unfortunately, got us. They were able to get some easy baskets on our live ball turnovers. So we just got to be a little bit better on that. We had a couple times where I felt we over dribbled and we're giving the ball a little bit of a headache, so we'll clean that up. But again, I really like our group. I'm excited about our group. I want to give a great shout out to Coach Fortner and the women's basketball program with a great win today. She does such a good job with that group. She's just, I don't know if she's in the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame, but she sure deserves to be. You look at all the accolades that she's occurred over time, and gold medal coach. And then Coach Collier from volleyball, just a tremendous shout out. They advanced our volleyball team. They're in the Sweet 16. I think they're going to Louisville. Is that right, Io? So they're going to Louisville. So great shout out to them. So Coach Fortner and Coach Collier on just awesome wins for their programs and for Georgia Tech. Great job by the students today. Man, I feel awful that we didn't get a win for the students in this week, and they did their part. The fans are great crowd. The students, both on Wednesday and today, just an absolute outstanding, awesome job. I know I said it Wednesday. Great shout out to all the ticket people, and shout out to the marketing group and just everybody, and total thumbs up to them. And they did their part. The students did their part. So I feel bad that we didn't get it done for them with the win on either day, but we felt their support, and it was awesome atmosphere on both games. But again, we'll get better. I love our group, and I have a good feel on our team. We're still kind of figuring some things out. We still got some young guys that are just continue. The more they play, the better they're going to get. And I really believe once we get to ACC play, when I say ACC play, like after Christmas when you're playing all ACC games, that doesn't mean we're just going to go win every game, but I just think we'll be really sharp and we'll have a good feel on our team. So great shout out and credit to North Carolina, and they're really good, and we'll continue to get better and improve from this game.
Josh, another rough night with assistant turnover and assistant made field goals. Does that seem like the offense?
Yeah. Well, there's two things on that one, and for the Carolina media here, man, I want to say I think Hubert Davis is one of the nicest guys in all of the business. He's just a good person, and so I hope when we play him, we beat him and we smash him. But any other game, I'm always rooting for Coach Davis because you want to see good people do well, and he's a good person, good guy, just a really nice. And he does a great job with his team, and I would say the same thing with Coach Lebo, who I know well. His assistant's just a great guy too. So I'm a big fan of Coach Davis, and he's going to have their team's going to be really good all throughout the season. So just want to give that shout out to Coach Davis. And Kelly, we unfortunately offensively the turnovers. You look at it, I'm used to having 60% of our field goals assisted. The ball wasn't moving as well. Now, we missed some shots, but I thought we got stuck, over-dribbled at times. And, again, I got to do a better job to help our guys to even be better. So anytime we lose a game, I just believe that's on the coach. And so I've got to continue to find a way to help us offensively because, look, people are going to take Michael DeVoe out. They're going to try to take DeVoe out. So we've got to continue to find other ways to make things happen. And, Kelly, I just still think we're still finding our team. And finding our rhythm, and we'll get there. And we got 2 weeks to really clean things up with 2 games over the next 2 weeks. So we got a chance to really get better and practice and get better in some different areas. So I'm excited about that. And the biggest thing is we got to kind of we got to be better about those live ball turnovers, because that ended up, that bit us in the rear, because that's just a free basket for a good team like North Carolina.
You played pretty solid defense in the first half. What do you think changed in that?
Well, I think there was a couple live ball turnovers, and we got stuck where we couldn't score. There was a stretch we couldn't score. And you got to give, like Caleb Love and R.J. Davis hit some deep threes in some key times. Even in the first half, we were up, I think, 9, and I thought, man, maybe we could pull away here, and Davis hits that 3 in the first half deep at the end of the clock. And then there's a couple, they had deep ones in the second half as well, too. So those 2 guards are really good. They got really good guard play. And what's interesting is, you look at the last 2 years, last year and the year before, we played really well we won both games, the last 2 years, a game at North Carolina and then last year at our spot. But I felt our guards were, we were an older guard group. And this year, we're a younger guard group, and North Carolina's got an older guard. Even though R.J. Davis, but he's played a lot of minutes. The amount of minutes he's played, he's like a junior, senior type. So that's what I say. When you get old and you stay old, that's part of the experience factor. Look at a guy like Baycott. He's been there for 3 years, and the amount of experience, and so experience matters. And that's why I say the more we play, especially for some of our younger guys, they're going to get better. They're going to learn. And that's why I'm really excited about our team. I'm really excited. We'll get on the film. I got to do a better job to help our guys, and we'll get these next 2 weeks to really clean up what we need to clean up, and really targeting to make sure we're ready for when we enter ACC play after Christmas break.
Carolina, from their experience in Malik Tennessee, there was a lot of consternation over how they played special defense. I was just curious what you saw on film compared to how they played today. What do you feel like?
They're a way different team. Way different team. And they played Purdue tough now. I think Purdue might be the best team in America. Who knows? Purdue legitimately could possibly go 40-0. I mean, the way as good as they are. And Carolina they played them well. Carolina, I just think, has gotten better. I think early on, even when the Brown game, when they played Brown, they, a little back and forth. I mean, Brown had the lead late, and I just think they've gotten better. So I think they've just sometimes, and that's just part of early season. New coach probably trying to figure things out, and I think they've just kind of settled in, and I just think they're really good defensively. Like, they're a different team than what you watched on Tennessee and Purdue tape compared to now. And as a staff, we talked about that as a staff in preparation. They're a way better team. Like, I wish we were playing them in November, because how they were playing early in the season, they're not as good as they are now. And that's a credit to Coach Davis and the staff, and they've gotten better. And I just think they're really good. I think they're good enough to win the ACC League Championship this year. They're good. And I got to get some credit at ACC Media Day when I said, no one's talking about them. And I kept saying that. I said, why isn't enough people? Because I knew who they had coming back and who they signed. I kept saying, man, this team is going to be really good. Why isn't everyone's talking about this team or that team? And I think preseason they were top 20 anyway. And it was one of the least talked about top 20 teams I ever. And I just said, this team is really good. They got really good players, because I knew their guards were good. Just another year being older, and it's, you can see today. I mean, they're good, and they beat Michigan handily, and Michigan's good. Carolina's a very good basketball team, and they're playing very well right now.
Two things. One, how much of a problem was Leaky Black for Michael? And two, how did you feel like he was
Well, Leaky Black is, in the warm-ups when I was there, I was like, I told Coach Schwartz, my assistant, I was like, goodness gracious, Leaky Black's like, I thought he was like, from last year, why did I think he was like 6'6" or something? He's like 6'8". He's a jumbo wing. I mean, he is tall. And heck, Garcia and the 45, the Brady kid, those guys are tall. Like, they're a big group, and their guards are big. Even R.J. Davis, even though maybe height-wise, but he's a strong guard. So they got good size all over. I thought we over-dribbled a little bit at times, Ken, which got a little stagnant. We also had some open shots. But, Ken, Mike's one of the best players in America. teams are going to put their best player. They're going to try to take him out, and that's going to be a challenge. And so we've got to be successful even when Mike's not able to get the amount of shots he's going to be able to get at different times. And so I've got to do a better job on that. That's not on the players. That's not on Michael DeVoe. That's on me. So these next couple weeks will give us a chance to be better in that and clean that up, because Michael is one of the best players in the country. And then the other thing defensively, I got to watch the tape. I thought we got stretched a little bit, but they also hit some deep threes. I mean, they hit some deep threes. And at the end there, we did a good job for the most part. Brady hit a couple threes late, but we were scrambling. We got stretched because the game was getting, it was under 3 minutes, and we were double-digit down, so we were trying to be a little different, and that got us stretched a little bit. But those guards hit some deep threes, and I got to watch the tape, but they're high-level guys, and it's a guards game.
In terms of your offense, with Rodney and the elbow, it seemed like that's not working real well. He can't hit that shot there. Is that allowing you to kind of defend a little differently than Moses or Ben?
Well, there's no question, and we got to, and that's, what's interesting is you have these games and you're able to evaluate, and Rodney's been good. Today he wasn't as good as he's been. I mean, this is out of the 7 games, this is probably, or the 8, this is our 8th game, so out of the 8 games, this is probably the one he didn't play as well as the other, but the other 7, he's been a real force. So that's something that we've got to look at, to your point, Kelly. And but that's part of the season, and this. I've done this before. I've had to make adjustments through the course of the year, and and our teams have always gotten better as the year has gone on. It's just unfortunately in college basketball you have such a short amount of games that whereas the NBA you have so many that you can make some adjustments and things. College, every game is so magnified because of the least amount. You don't have a lot. And everything matters with resume and NCAA tournament and all that stuff. So we'll be able to clean some things up over these next 2 weeks. I'm not sitting here telling you we're going to go and win every single game, but we'll be better. And that doesn't mean that Rodney can't play at the point or at the elbow and be good in those different areas. And he's done a nice job for the most part. I thought today the physicality. Look, he's young. Even though he's a junior, he didn't play his freshman year. He didn't play his freshman year. At his first institution, he didn't play. Last year, he barely played until later in the year. He got a couple minutes here and there. So this is new to him. This is all new to him. So it's going to be some ups and downs, some peaks and valleys, some rocky roads along the way. And as I said it, the best way for Georgia Tech to be successful is get old and stay old. And we have a couple spots on our team where we're young. And the only way that's going to help is get better is through, the more they get to compete and play and get better as we go.
You talked a lot about zone versus man-to-man. Do you think once your team gets to that point where you want to be with the zone, that'll help take away pounding the ball inside?
It's a complex defensive system we run, and as everybody knows, and I've said it, I don't know if anyone thinks I repeat myself, but I think I do. But it's complex, and it's best when you have guys who've been in the system for multiple years, because then they understand it. It's hard, and that's why you look at the last couple of years. When we're like last year or even the year before, or even my first year when we were putting in, but we had all seniors and juniors. So so it just takes time, and so we'll figure it out. We'll fall into what we're doing. We got to look at in our man. Are we picking up too high? Do we need to back up our pickup point? Or there's some things I didn't think we rotated well. We'll get better. That's one thing I know with our group. We'll get better. That doesn't guarantee we're going to get wins, but I know what we do in our vision, and we will get better. And I believe in this group, and I believe in this team. And there's a lot of good basketball to be played in front of us.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, thanks everybody.